Perfect. So welcome guys. Welcome all of you who are on YouTube. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Hello, Terezinha. How are you tonight? Sejam muito bem-vindos. My name is Karen. Okay. I'm an English teacher for over 20 years. And tonight here on English with Tim and Karen channel, I'm going to talk about imperatives. Hello, Gabrielle. So, what are imperatives? Can you tell me what they are? What are imperatives? Does anyone know? Well, imperatives is a how can I explain? It's when we want to tell people to do something, ok? Então, o imperativo é aquilo que a gente usa quando a gente está falando para a pessoa fazer alguma coisa, tá? Mandando ela fazer alguma coisa ou pedindo alguma coisa, tá certo? Ou seja, são frases, they are short sentences that indicates something. All right, let me remove my glasses because it's reflecting. So, and the title I gave to tonight's live is imperatives, the forceful mood Let's see. Okay, Tim, how about now? Can you hear my audio? Hello. Let me take a look. Apparently, guys, I'm having trouble with the audio on YouTube. How about now, guys? Can you hear me? Zilda, Gabriel, Lu, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Great. Every Thursday, I have some sort of technical issue, but let's keep moving on. So, what is the definition and examples of imperative? So, guys, I was mute for a little bit here on YouTube. So, tonight I'm going to talk about imperatives. What are imperatives? O que são os imperativos? They are commands. They are when we tell people to do something or we give them a command, we ask for a favor. These are imperatives. We ask them to do something. Okay, so here's some examples. Stop right there. That's an imperative. That's a command. You want that person to stop right there. Hey, listen, I'm talking to you. Listen. Okay, so that's short. That's a command. Just think. Think about what I'm telling you. Thank you, Z Gabriele. Apparently, we're good. We're back and good on YouTube again. So if you want to go back there, because I have the presentation for YouTube, it should be much better. All right. So usually whenever we use the imperative, we use a confident tone. All right. And of course, there are different types of imperatives. Imperatives are commands or requests. There are affirmative, negative, jussive, emphatic imperatives. They express urgency and authority. All right. So usually if you have authority, you don't ask people nicely like, oh, excuse me, sweetie, can you do this for me, please? No, hey, do this right now. You just have that command voice. Ok? So here is the structure of the imperative. Né? Então aqui nós temos a estrutura do imperativo. So the imperative, our sentences typically begin with the base form of a verb. What does that mean? It means that it doesn't have to, okay? Verb without to in front of it. They often omit the subject you. Hey, you, listen to me, okay? Listen to me. You listen to me. So we don't say we omit the subject. What is the subject of the sentence? É o sujeito da frase. Então, geralmente no imperativo a gente omite o sujeito. Ei, faz isso aqui para mim. Alright? They often omit you. For example, close the door is understood to mean you close the door. In negative imperatives, the word do not or its contracted form, don't, is added before the base form of the verb. For example, don't open the window. Okay? Don't smoke. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Okay, sorry. So don't speak. Don't do that. Do not steal. Okay, so these are imperatives, and this is the structure. Okay? Are you good at using imperatives? Vocês são bons em usar imperativos? Em dar comandos, pedidos, essas coisas? I'm sure everyone is a little bit bossy once in a while, right? Do you understand what it means to be bossy? So, positive imperatives are commands that instruct someone to do something. Hello, Laura. They are used to give orders, make requests, and give advice. Positive imperatives are usually formed using the simple present tense without the subject pronoun. Okay? So, like for example, when we give advice, we say, hey, try this. This is very good. When I say try this, okay, experimente, try this. This is very good. So this is a positive imperative. We're telling this person to try something, maybe a piece of cake or a new drink. So we are giving this person an advice in a sense, all right? So we don't say, hey, you try this. No, try this. You're gonna like it. Try this out, okay? So this is a way of saying positive imperatives, all right? And how about the negative imperatives? The negative imperatives are used to give command or instruction to stop doing something. They are formed by adding do not or don't before the base verb. Like, don't smoke, don't touch that. So basically, that's parents, I would say 95% of the time with their kids. At least that's me with my daughter. Hey, Catherine, don't do that. Don't take your clothes off. Don't pick up the trash. Don't do this. Don't do this. That. Right? So that's a negative imperative. Positive. Hey, go clean your room. Now. Okay? I'm telling you, go clean your room. That's a positive imperative. And then we have the passive imperatives. So this person is very passive. Passive imperatives are used to describe the result of an action rather than the action itself. They are formed by using the auxiliary verb be followed by the past participle of the main verb. So passive imperatives are often used in instructions or recipes. How can I use this structure? So when you are giving instructions on how to make a recipe, like we had last week, many of our students shared with us them making their favorite recipe, how to make them, like what the ingredients are. So basically, for example, 2 cups of flour is, okay, so we have to conjugate, pay attention, we have to conjugate the verb to be. So let's say I'm baking a cake. You need 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of chocolate powder, a tablespoonful of baking soda, a cup of oil, a cup of hot water, and then you have to mix it all together, right? So, uh, 3 cups of flour is added, then 2 cups of sugar is added, and 2 cups of chocolate powder is added. So we conjugate are added, sorry. 2 cups of chocolate powder are added because it's plural here. All right, so you add the cup of flour, you add, right? So I'm telling you, add that. But when we're giving instructions, we're writing down instructions, this is added, those are done. Oh, now the dough is solved. Okay, so you have to mm, mix and mix the all the ingredients to make the dough. All right, so this is the passive imperative. Hello, Solange. Now, when do we use imperatives? Do we use imperatives anytime? Yes, no? All right. So imperatives are commonly used in everyday communication to give directions, orders, or suggestions. They are frequently used in recipes, manuals, and instructional materials to provide step-by-step guidance. Okay. In emergency situations, for example, imperative sentences are often used to convey urgency and immediate action, such as, hey, call 911, or help. That's an imperative. Help! Call 911, call emergency, and things like that. When you want to express urgency, you use imperative. All right? And what is the tone and context of sentences like these? Okay, the tone of an imperative sentence can vary from polite and friendly to authoritative and stern. So when someone is stern, I'm like, no, I told you, no, don't go there. Okay, that's stern, that's firm. All right. So, but how the tone that you use on the imperative, that also depends on the kind of relationship you have between you and the person you're talking to. Okay, so it depends on the context and the relationship between the speaker and the listener. It's important to use appropriate tone and context when using imperatives to avoid coming across rude or demanding. All right, so hey guys, pay attention. This is a phrasal verb, to come across. When we come across as rude, it doesn't necessarily mean that I am rude, but I sounded rude. Okay? So you come across as rude, you come across as bossy, as demanding. So to come across is to appear a certain way, but not necessarily be that way. All right? Now, the subject is implied. All right? So the subject is implied. Usually, whenever we have an imperative situation, whatever we're talking about is already implied. So when we tell someone, don't do that, out of context, né, como a gente fala no português, se você pegou o caminhão, o bonde andando, out of context, it makes no sense. Don't do that. Why? Because that in English can be referred to a number of things, right? But if you are in the situation, you know what is going on, and you tell the person, don't do that, it's implied. We know what we're talking about. It's like when I go out with my daughter. She loves looking on the ground, seeing things, and sometimes she'll pick up a piece of trash and pretend it's a toy. She'll be playing with it for hours. You know, I'm sure it drives any parents insane, just like it does me. And I'm like, don't pick it up. Don't put it in your mouth. Throw it away. That's dirty. Throw it away. So these are sentences considered imperative because I'm telling her, I'm commanding her, I'm giving her an instruction. She's only 3 years old, right? I have to teach her that it's not okay to pick things from the ground and pretend it's a toy. I mean, it's okay. I always teach her to throw trash in the trash can. So whenever she grabs a piece of paper and I'm like, Catherine, where do you throw the trash? Okay, then throw it away. Throw in the garbage can. Okay, so that's an imperative. I'm telling her and also teaching, of course. So, in summary, imperatives are a crucial part of everyday communication and are used for giving commands, making requests, or offering suggestions. They are characterized by their straightforward structure and the absence of an explicit subject, as the subject, you, is understood. Understanding when and how to use imperatives effectively is an essential aspect of effective communication in English. All right? So, it's very important o imperativo, ele é um tempo, é uma estrutura tão subestimada que a gente dificilmente ouve. Eu lembro de quando eu estava aprendendo inglês, quando eu estudava inglês, foi algo assim que foi passado assim, uff, né? Mas não deixa de ser tão importante quanto, porque ele impera, é uma estrutura que impera sobre as outras, ela impera um comando, ela impera um pedido, um, uma oferta, né? Então é algo tão importante quanto, e é importante a gente entender o porquê das coisas. Ah, mas aqui você não falou que era para eu fazer. Mas só tá nós dois conversando, então tá subentendido que é you do that. Alright? So, can you please do it? Can you? Alright, guys? Hoje a nossa live foi um pouco mais curtinha, mas o imperativo não deixa de ser tão importante quanto as outras situações. E isso aqui é mais um pontinho que você precisa entender, precisa saber para melhorar o seu inglês, para começar, para falar mais and sound more native like. Alright, guys? Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Se vocês estão no nosso grupo, né, do WhatsApp ou Telegram, manda um oi lá que a gente manda o material dessa semana para vocês, tá certo? Thank you so much. You guys have a great evening. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. All right? Bye bye.